America has a problem.
Pick up another call in the parking lot to sign. Are you with? We're standing with the roof gone. I pull up like Jimmy Neutron. Looking like you get a new fine. Like you haul and I know you like to go slow.
Hey, you guys, welcome in. Welcome in. We got some things to discuss. What is up? Welcome in, y'all. Child, the divorce is final, y'all. Hold on. Let me check my inbox. If I send it to myself or what I do. The divorce is final. Kandi and Todd divorce was final as of March 24th. Which was Monday? No, yesterday. It was final yesterday. At 3, I believe 1:29 to 3:15 p.m. Let me see if I can find everything. I say, what? Really? Really? A long time coming. Nobody has to pay child support. No, I'm going to say it again. Nobody has to pay child support. Nobody is paying alimony. Okay? Nobody paying child support. Nobody paying alimony. So let's go over everything that came out today. Okay. Let me share my Facebook. Shout out to Michelle ATLN. She had it first. And shout out to, oh my God, I keep forgetting her name. Kelsey World. I hope I said it right. So listen, it says the Superior Court of the Fulton County State Georgia Family Division, K. Lanicia Tucker, which is Kandi, and Todd Jermaine Tucker, upon the consideration of this and upon the evidence admitted, provided by law, it is by the judgment the court is granted total divorce to be granted. It is to say a divorce matrimony became between the parties of the above stated case upon legal principles. It is considered ordered and decreed by the court that the marriage contract therefore entered into between both parties to this case from and after this date, and is to be set aside and dissolved as fully and effectively as if no such contract had ever made or entered into the petitioner and respondent, and further shall be held considered in separate and distinct person altogether, unconnected by any nuptial union. Now, here it is. Petitioner by and through her counsel, Amana McKinney, attorney at law, PC, and represented and by and through this counsel, Randall M. Kistler and Aisha Hayward, James of Kistler and Salamini, I hope I said that right, LLC, have executed a settlement agreement, parenting plan, and child support, amending, resolving all issues arising out of the marriage. The settlement agreement filed with the clerk on March 24th, 2026, and it is dated and adjourned by the court and the judge as of March 24, 2026. Todd Tucker and Kandi Tucker is no longer married. She is now Kandi Burris. Okay, now let's get into what they got here. So Todd Tucker's divorce petition has been closed. The custody fully shared, but with split authority. We're going to go over that. Kandi and Todd agreed to joint custody, legal and joint physical custody of their 2 minor children. Strict rules on the children and so child support is $0. So she don't owe him child support. He's not paying child support, right? Despite both parties earning approximately $22,083 a month each, the court approved a divination. The child support payments owed by either party. Alimony completely waived, so there's no alimony. Both parties waived any right to the alimony permanently. Now, they do have there is some lump sums that she do have to pay. excuse me, and there is some cars that has to be split with assets. Now, from what we understand, Todd did have like a condo or apartment or something like that in upstate New York, and also something in New Jersey. Kandi keeps her home that she loves. Kandi keeps that home. Now, remind you of that. She does have to pay him for the money that he put into Old Lady Gang, and they both are splitting. From what I read, the eviction paperwork. All them restaurants, she does have to pay him the money that he put into it. She has to pay him a lump sum, certain things that had to do with the business. Okay. This is why it's cheaper to keep her. But okay, so the vehicles that Kandi has, right? She has the 2022 Bentley SUV, the Cadillac Escalade, the Porsche Cayenne. I hope I said that right. Ford F-250. Oh, she keep the truck. In a 1963 Camaro. Now Todd has the Mercedes G-Wagon, the Porsche 911, the Range Rover, the Ford Bronco, and the Lincoln Transit van. They do have to split with from what I heard, the food truck. A total of equalization payments of $517,500 was required. After offsets, there is a $426,388.77 owed by Kandi in installments of 250K upfront plus remainder within the 90 days. Okay. So they don't pay child support. Now, anything in here? Okay, so there's nothing in here good. I'm glad they kept the kids' names out of stuff. The parties haven't affirmed the terms of the information. So as you see here, her income is $22,083.33. The number of children is 2 other children whom support is being provided. This other is 2, and the child support worksheet schedules are being filed. There is some stuff that they will consider of the shared custodial agreement. Neither party should pay child support to the other. The child support shall continue monthly to the child. So there is no child support at all. From what is understanding, they have joint custody. Now, she has 30 days to pay, and then she has to pay more. So I guess they're going to split certain stuff. So it's the 23rd of March. That was modification. There's no modification in this. That's it. There is no child support that he has to pay. None of that stuff. So as far as we know, her prenup did good because he got the cars and all of that stuff. He kept what he had in the marriage as well as she did. But the only thing is, everybody saying the prenup, that's true. But here is the thing though, she has to pay him for businesses. And that's the money that she has to pay him. Other than that, she probably would have been paying for more, more money. Now, we're going to get into Sierra before we get into the Briana and Robert. Sierra filed for divorce as of today. After we saw that episode, she did file divorce. And it is said Sierra Thomas versus Xavier Thomas, the Fulton Superior Court family divorce. She filed December 8th, 2025, and the case is still open. Now, after he asked for that, the case has been open. Sierra has not shown any pictures with him. She has taken pictures down, and I was wondering what was going on. After Xavier said he wants a divorce, and Xavier said that he is done taking the abuse from Sierra, he is completely done. He says she's very abusive to him. We're going to play that in one moment. I just have to take it out. If y'all don't watch the live after live and y'all see that's taken out, and just take it out. Now everybody's telling Yandy got her own situation going on. You know, they got separation, but ain't nobody divorced. So we don't know. Now, Yandy is having a conversation with Sierra, and this is before he asked her for a divorce. So we're gonna get into that and what led up to it. And I'm gonna say this, Sierra, I want you to think about how Bambi and Erica made you feel when they sat there and said that when Bambi had Erica go on camera, and they went on camera and said that Safari tried to holler at you. That's how Yandy felt. Hold on, let me go ahead and play it.
1 second, because you're very good at what you do. Gonna get me with how you did with that Rashida, because I'm a real bitch from Atlanta. When me and my husband went out on a date,
yeah,
and your boyfriend, husband, fiance, I don't know because there's so many titles, his mistress.
First of all, that's not his mistress.
Came to me and she had balls enough to come up to me.
Hold on 1 second.
Got so heated, we fought the whole mother.
But that had nothing to do with me.
And listen,
Ciara, baby.
And let me tell you something.
I wasn't there.
Let me tell you something.
He wasn't there.
I called your phone with the voicemail twice.
Ciara, again.
And I called Mendici.
Ciara,
and his mother,
I will never
and he hung up on me.
in my life
and he hung up on me
about anything.
Listen,
I'm never calling
I'm
that.
going home to my kids.
You should, and I need
going
to
home
too.
to my kids.
Hey,
I'm going home to my kids.
You should.
What are y'all gonna agree to disagree to?
I'm not agreeing to a mother who's not even agreeing to her own truth.
Sierra is out of control. Like, I'm over here trying to calm stuff down, and she's in my face. I'm confused. I'm concerned. She needs to take a breather.
She didn't answer the phone, and I went to mother Instagram. Because at the end of the day,
you feel good in your spirit,
I don't feel, and I feel horrible that I did that.
So then say sorry.
I feel horrible.
So say
I'm not
sorry.
saying sorry. You talking about like this just too much. Like, if you ain't gonna live in your
Okay, so she said if she ain't gonna live in her truth, then you know. Let's go here, and let me see if I could play from last night about Sierra in that situation. Where the hell is that? Sierra been really taking pictures and doing. I feel like it's something going on with Sierra, and a lot of people is like, oh, so Sierra is the problem. It is given that Sierra is the problem. I feel like she rushed into this marriage because right after she got a divorce with the other guy, he come this one.
Next time on Loving Hip Hop Atlanta, it's getting close to time to go to the hospital, honey.
Yep.
Hold on, here it is.
You don't take accountability for nothing. It seems like you can do everything up under the sun and get away with it. I'm saying, like, who the hell you think you is? I was your punching bag for like a year and a half until I finally built up the nuts to even like talk back or even say something back.
If going through what I went through last year is called a punching bag, you going through depression, you on depression pills, you having miscarriages back to back, that's a lot.
Hey.
Baby, you ain't strong enough for me. Now we're at a point where it's like, it's almost like we hate each other. You don't want to come home unless you want to get some. I'm not doing that with you. I'm not one of them girls.
If you're not doing that with me, why you still do it with me? When I come home and try to get some, why you don't tell me no?
I text you when we was arguing, I said,
no more having sex.
Yes, no more and no more having sex. What are we doing? We have real business going on. We got together. We got banking accounts together. I ain't never had no banking account with no motherfucker. I do not want to be with nobody who don't believe me.
Sarah, at the end of the day, it seems like I put all my time into what Sierra wants to do. What about what they want to do?
You can't do the same young, dumb, single that your friends do.
Sierra don't take accountability for other people's feelings. She don't do nothing but think about the money. And if a person can't admit when they wrong, It's just kind of hard.
Like, I'm not trying to divorce you, but I'm also not taking no bullshit. I don't even want to say the names that you call me, Zay. I'm embarrassed to say the names that you call your wife. Do you really with me for real? Do you love me?
Wait, what did we be calling her?
I want a divorce.
About to cry. And she just
I finally made my mind up.
he about to cry.
It's been 2 years. It's kind of like when a person will get the picture, it's not gonna work.
You making the biggest mistake of your life.
Hey, I just gotta get time to put me first. That's all.
That's fine. I'll give it to you. Because I promised myself, I'm not crying. I'm going to give it to you.
I'll see you later.
He's trying not to cry. That's why he walked off like that. Well, now let's get to the comments, shall we? Because this is telling. She say, I love you, twin. She put that she a Gemini, he a Libra. They say, Sierra, girl, are you okay? Twin. They say, somebody say they still together. You will be all right, girl. But at the same time, us as women got to look into ourselves too. And we got to see where we did not do right to make a man happy. We have to see where our actions has felt the relationship through. Sometimes we still be hurt. We think we'll be healed. We still be hurt. But sometimes we got to take accountability and trust and believe me, we will start to see more clearer than changing ourselves. Someone say, should have left D-Man. Sierra, you must have gave your man some cat. When you asked, did he love you or F with you? No answer. He said he wants a divorce. Yet here you yelling, I love you at him. Embarrassing. Therapy, baby. Now, he is your twin, but y'all was in your face about a situation, girl. Bye. We love you. We here for you. When it's good, it's good. But when it's bad, it's bad. That is so true. A Libra and a Gemini. That's true. Karma, mother effer. You see, you was just in everybody else's business about their marriage. Then there's your husband wanting a divorce. You should put all your time and effort into that marriage. A lot of people think she brought him back with that new truck. That truck they posted. A lot of people are saying that they're back together, and even though they filed for divorce, that they might still be trying to resolve it, and they might go. We don't know if they're going to go through the divorce been since December. We are in March going into April. And let's be clear, it's nothing updated about any paperwork. So maybe they are trying to work on their marriage. I don't know. Now, Sierra been posted without her rings, and now she's posted back with her ring. So I'm not sure if there is a divorce coming. I mean, if you look closely, she got her ring on. Okay? There it is right there on her ring finger. Now, we don't know what's going on. I think she's going to keep it all. Now on here, she
All right, y'all. So I just want to tell everyone
don't have her ring, which was 14 weeks ago. So she didn't have her ring. But then again, we see her with her wedding ring on. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Then with this, she got her wedding ring on, which was recent. I don't know. I don't think there's going to be a divorce follow through. It might be dissolved. The divorce might be dissolved, and they move on to fixing their marriage. I don't know. Child, I don't know, honey. I don't know. I wish them all the luck. I hope they did go get some help. Let me tell you something. I noticed Sierra changing her behavior after her miscarriage. Sierra sounding drunk, slurring the words. And I seen on the episode that Bambi say That's okay. She ain't got no alcohol in that juice. She think it's alcohol. And she's been drinking to suppress having the miscarriages. Remind you, Sierra had the 2 kids when she was young. Sierra's in her late 30s. She's 36, 37 or 30, yeah, between that. And she want another child. Paris is in her 20s. Her other son is getting ready, that she got with Shooter, is getting ready to be in high school. So remind you, so she wants another child, and she's been in marriages after marriages after marriages, and nothing has happened, nothing has came about. But she did have a miscarriage, really, really bad. And she told them people that she miscarried, and after that she's been on depression. She's saying how she's been feeling emotional and things like that. Having children and being in a marriage, right, or in a relationship, and you want to have kids, we saw it with Quad, to where it's very stressful. A woman's body is a woman's body, and you can't sit here and tell her when you think or when you feel like it's her body. So, I mean, you know how I feel about it. Now listen, we need to talk about this court. Shout out to Harmony Speaks. All right, let's talk about Brianna and Robert. Listen. I got a question, and it's not to be offensive. Can I ask, why did y'all donate to somebody on a GoFundMe who made $12,000 a month? Crickets. Why would you don't? We're in the middle of a war. Okay. We are. Okay. They bumped up the age to 42 for the military. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. Eggs and gas is going bonkers. Rent is getting high. Why the hell would y'all donate to somebody that made $12,000 a month for a GoFundMe? We gonna get into that, because I had a question. I say, this girl make more money than y'all. What are you donating to? We're struggling out here to pay bills and rent just like her. Half of people don't even know where they're gonna get their next meal from. I don't understand. It's hard out here already. We don't know if our children is finna be drafted in the next couple of months, because the way they look at it, they might be scouting. It's that bad. They might be scouting and combing through to see who they can draft. And y'all donating, excuse me? And it just came out, she made $12,000, he made $3,000, and people talk about, well, he broke. First of all, y'all broke for donating to a woman that made $12,000 a month. You should be giving back. What? Help me understand. Let's get into it. So, it shows that there's a petition. You have Robert versus Brianna. The plaintiff motion for a contact of trial comes now that Robert, by and although newly retained undesigned attorney, so he's going in to say, hey, listen, she makes more than me. Okay, and I'm paying child support. He's not going to get off child support. He's trying to modify. And shout out to Robert for doing it the right way, because I have talked about this, and I will be coming back later this afternoon around 2:30, 2 o'clock. And we're going to talk about the mother I've been talking about, who don't take herself to court to try to modify her child support and move money around. Shout out to Robert for not moving the money around. Shout out to Robert for not saying, hey, I'm not going to pay that. Shout out to him, because I know a person right now that I talk about that owe $80,000 in child support and say she ain't got it. And she done put her YouTube checks in her mama name. But she got it for a flight for a nigga and some baccarat. Exactly. Let's continue. See, y'all be getting mad at the wrong folks. Y'all need to go deep down. It be folks worse than the people you mad at. Baby, at least he take care of his responsibility. This is why we got 3 of them. and a baby on the way, a 6th child. We'll get into that later. The trial of this case has scheduled for March 25th, so that is of today. So they went to court today. I'm not sure how they went, but once I get more information, we're going to talk about it. However, at 4:51, the undesigned attorney received the email from Judge Duncan's office providing the attorney or the defendant was to appear first in Paulding County, Dallas, Georgia, and then notify the parties in the court in which she had concluded her business there and was on her way to to the courthouse. The courthouse in Dallas, Georgia is more than 65 miles away from Gwinnett County, and defendant's attorney negotiated Atlanta Metro traffic, and so they're going to arrive in Lawrenceville. Now, from what my understanding is, he's trying to dissolve it, which I understand, because first of all, that makes sense. I feel like that is right, that is fair. He did it the right way. I want to applaud him, and this is how he does not end up as in contempt of court or in jail with suspended license, okay? All right. This is how you don't get into suspended license. Now, the way I'm going to tell you how I feel about child support, if you're not active in the child life and you don't see your child like that and you not trying to at least do something with your child and do this and that or spend time, not even time, and do half of the stuff that you did, yeah, it's child support, okay? I've said it before. But he's doing things for the child. He has joint custody, but obviously he does have, now let me say this. He has the right to modify child support if anything changes, if it is in their court document order. He did right by not paying it, saying he don't have it, and F the judge. He didn't say that. I've seen people say that. He did correct, okay? And that is how you do it. That's how you do that. He didn't do wrong. Baby, let me tell you something. Covering this stuff on him and covering these moms, trust me, y'all will at least give him more than a grain of salt and some rice. And I'll be telling y'all, come sit on over here. Wait, hold on. Whoa. Slow your roll, polka dot. Hold on. Is that what I think I see? Oh, Lord Jesus, have mercy, God on soul. A key witness for the plaintiff, one Janelle Young, was scheduled to testify in this action. Mr. Young had actually changed his flight out of town to Philadelphia. Basically, Janelle Young will be there on April 3rd. So they moved it from today to April 3rd of 2026. He said he returned on March 28th, so he'll be back. Janelle can offer extremely relevant testimony to the effect of the defendant arrived at his house. Ooh-wee. So wait a minute. Hold on. So are they gonna work on both? Hold on, let me read this. It sounds like they're killing two birds with one stone. Hitting two birds with one stone. Because it seems like, if I'm reading this correctly, that he has an open child case in the same county. So that probably would be used as well. So it probably would help. Listen, I don't know if they saying, hey, I might need to do joint custody and we do zero payments, because if this is what she's doing, that could put my child in harm's way. And the same for him. This is crazy. Somebody got mad at me when I said this is karma. Hell, it is. Shit, she lied on every damn body else. Hell, let me tell you something. Y'all can be support all you want. I don't care. I said that before. But damn, we already got a liar in the seat. Y'all want a liar on the internet too? Sometimes you got to pick your battles. There's too much lying and stress and bald edges running around here and bald spots. We need a little, woof, you know? Child can offer relevant testimony to the effect that the defendant arrived at his house in Newton County during the the early morning of the hours of March 4th with her two youngest children, banging on the door, waking them and kicking and having a physical altercation, threw items in the property outside the home and some into the garbage in a loud, obnoxious manner before she was arrested and charged with 2 counts of criminal trespass that morning. Mr. Young could testify that she didn't ask him to take possession of her 2 youngest children, pick up Amora from her school. She went and okay, never mind. I see what happened. She went against that. If he's not on the paperwork for Amora and for that baby Amora, well, she ain't a baby no more. She growing up. Little Amora at all, and he's not inclined to them, because I'm finna tell you something. And I'm gonna tell you how I know. So when I talk about the mother, right, and we discuss when I do my mommy content and I talk about parachute draws, as I call her. Hold on, let me close my door. We finna get it to me. Give me a minute. Okay, that's why I say know what state you live in. This stuff matters. So when I talk about parachute big 4X, 5X draw hoe, excuse me, because I'm going to be roasting her later. Just excuse me. And I'm not calling Brianna that. I'm calling the other mother. Y'all know who I talk about. Parachute draw war as whore. And we talk about it. Her ex-husband has primary custody of the children. So in the court documents, when she come out and say, oh, we did this and we did that and all of that, there's a no contact involved. I did it on the live. I'm not sure which one. If y'all want me to repost it, I will. And I kind of broke that down. Here is the thing. Janelle isn't added into that. Now, when we know about new paperwork, and we're going to call about the woman I talk about and her ex-husband, Mr. Webb, and Mrs. Webb, which is now his wife, she is already in the court documents and his court notion that, hey, she will be doing pickups or drops off or ever had to be modified right around that time, because they have to keep going to court because sure they don't want to pay child support. There's a difference. So Janelle, somehow, when I don't have the full court documents, if anybody have them, can y'all send them to me? I don't think Janelle was added to have anything to do with a more pickup drops off, or if he was added into that court thing, because like I say, they share custody of the little girl. That means that he has to be taken off. And what is the reason? Obviously, for them to give a breakdown, not just because he has his own thing going on, this means that she might be listed as it's just her. Meaning she has to tell, hey, listen, this who's gonna pick up this child. So let's say they have a meetup spot at QT, and when they go through in the parenting app, when they have conversation, hey, listen, I'm gonna send Janelle to pick her up at QT. Remember, she's supposed to have somebody to pick them up, right? And maybe Janelle was that trusted person. They just didn't have conversation. They wasn't in a cool spot, but they have a pickup, drop off. You pick her up, get her, go on about your business. We don't talk, we go forward, right? Or Brianna would pick her up. Or if it's at the school, right? Okay, I have Janelle added on the pickup list. He will be added as a pickup for Amora when she need to be picked up from school or dropped off when I cannot. What I'm saying is, it's now has to be modified because Janelle cannot be anywhere near her or will be a part of that. That is court modification. So this modify isn't just about child support, and that's why we have that. It's modifying saying, hey, he's not around. He's not going to be around. He's not going to be there. I'm testifying because I know I'm part of this and I'm probably on the school paperwork. Because anytime you have something like this in that school paperwork, it has to be shared with the other parent. So when that parent has the thing, hey, listen, I'll be doing this, they have to do that. They're finna go through a whole process anyway if she's talking about moving to North Carolina, because now I don't know if theirs the same as another person. I know that the parents that I do talk about, he can move, he has primary custody, full custody, and he can move anywhere in the state of Texas. She just have to figure out how to get her kids, right? But I think theirs is the same, and that's why she got to get permission, because she can move anywhere in the state of Georgia. He still has to go pick her up. That's what is in there what the judge ordered. But if she's leaving, they have to figure out how far that's going to be and what's what. If they do give it to her, she has to have these situations. She's moving to be near her family for help, which is this, that she might get granted that, or she has a job in that state and she has to take it as the betterment to help her put it in a better position. Now they're going through everything. The reason they're going through everything now is because you have an altercation, and the person that you got into an altercation with is the person to pick up your child when you cannot. So now that's going to make it hard, because now they got to figure something out. The child support. Okay, well, you make more money, and it's probably in the court order that if they do, anybody make any more money, it can be modified. Now, we just read Kandi and Todd thing. They don't have to be modified. There's no child support. But because this is child support, and this is child support with primary joint custody, it has to be modified by the court. Hey, she makes more, I don't. That has to be put in the court system. She was supposed to put that anyway. And if he's the person that's paying it, he does have to let the court know, hey, listen, she's making such and such. Hey, now I'm struggling over here and I have joint custody, but then we got this and that going on. On top of that, who gonna be able to pick up the child? Because as you read, I'm not gonna read it out loud. The daddy has some things that he can't even be with children. So now all this stuff is pertaining to the child. He's not going in there saying, I can't pay it. He's telling them, hey, listen, he's not there. And the reason why Janelle is a witness to this is because Janelle was doing the pickup and dropped off when Brianna could not. They were not meeting up at each other's houses. That was stopped. So it's not what y'all think. Now, you can do that. You can say, listen, I don't want them coming to my house. I don't want all of that. This is why I ain't want them coming to my house. We need a drop-off and pick-up location. And that's why they say, okay, we give you a drop-off and pick-up location. This is through the text app. If he felt, just like he say, listen, her daddy got a such and such charge. I don't feel comfortable with my daughter, but she do because that's her daddy. Guess what? No, we can't do that. State of Georgia gonna say, no, we take pride in children. We cannot have that. Anything can happen. They don't play about kids. So with her moving to North Carolina, it's going to be a little hard because she's going to have to prove, hey, listen, I have family to help me. And now this is filed, but she has to answer to that, excuse me. So when she go to court, she got to answer to that. She got to have all her paperwork. Oh, she make $12,000. Oh, if she do, then, oh, well, ma'am, not saying that she's going to pay, but it might be dissolved. Whatever he got remainder, he pays, and that's done with. See, the thing is, everybody saying he owed $10K. Let me tell you something else. Long as Robert is filing for taxes, she got that check. He don't owe that. She got that check. It depends on how long Georgia wants to hold that check. She got that check. When he filed for taxes and that thing said approved by the IRS, it was already snatched by the Child Department of Children and Families and Child Support, and it went straight to Brianna Hampton battle. Don't believe, that ain't how that go. I don't know who told y'all that. Let me tell you something. Okay, when my daddy filed, I got a check every year. I had a nice little tax check. When I hit 12, that belonged to you. Thank you. Who? Oh, my dad. Yeah, my daddy didn't owe back pay because guess what? And he could do it as a freelancer. So don't believe he owed $10K. He probably don't even owe $10K. You can't even pull up what he owed. The reason I know that Parachute draws because she come on here and say that she owes $60,000, $80,000, and that's why she a felon. He's not even hit the threshold to have a felon charge for bad child support. There's a threshold. I think that's why I say people say, oh, well, he owed $10K. He would have been in jail by now with a felon charge and a PO to make sure he paid it. He not even on that. So obviously he paid her. She guaranteed it's been knocked down with he do taxes or however the case may be. So I'm telling you from experience, trust me, long as they file taxes And I don't think he not gonna sit here and not file taxes and IRS knocking at his door. It make no sense. So that's not true either. That's not how it go. That's not how that go. But that's probably why Janelle is on here, because hey, I'm the pick up and drop off. Because remember when she got arrested, she said he could pick him up from school and all of that. He has the authority to, because he's on the paperwork, and the court know that he on the paperwork. They know who, okay, with such and such, you're gonna pick him up. She don't pick him up. That's who probably meet up at the drop off location. Other than that, I don't think it's what y'all think it is. It's different protocols to this for various reasons. Hey, Mary. And the reason why, because, oh, SJ, hold on. I ain't finna play with you. SC, I'm sorry. The reason why it's put in place because of the protection of the child. It makes the child feel a little normal things going on. So even though mommy and daddy don't live together, daddy is still, or mommy is still picking me up, and mommy and daddy making sure, it gives a little normal, like, okay, to where she don't grow up and be like, I know y'all went together, but I didn't notice it was bad. You know what I'm saying? Because that does put tensions on a child's mental health. So I don't blame him for doing this. He did it right. And the reason I say that is because I'm just gonna tell you this. If he didn't pay or anything, he would be in jail with no license or anything. I'm telling you now. So obviously he's doing what he's supposed to. And then it says Mr. Young could testify that she did ask him to take the possession of the two youngest children to pick up Amora, which is true, from school, and went on her father. Now, the issue is with her father is he's a registered ex-offender, and he was with her to take possession of the children, including Amora. The testimony is relevant as both the final judgment of divorce and a temporary order in the case both stated Amora Hempner was not to be left unsupervised with any person that has been convicted of any. So I knew that was going to be brought up. Criminal offenses involving child SA offenses or child abuse offenses. So the reason why he's back in there is because while she was in jail, that girl was in his care. And it was already said by the judge, by court order, that they both agreed and signed the paper on she cannot be left with him. So why didn't there was a phone call for Robert to pick up his child or have the child be brought to Robert's home or at a drop-off location that they share? So there's a little in contempt right there. It's just all I'm gonna say. Now, I don't know what the judge gonna do. I don't know. But that is a little in contempt because you went against what y'all agreed upon and you signed on in front of the judge. Now it also says she was left alone that day with her father. The behavior of the defendant who violates the provisions of the settlement agreement. What I told you, she violated it. She really violated leaving her there. So I knew that was going to happen. She got to move. Baby, let me tell y'all something. Y'all can't do what y'all want to do when y'all dealing with the state. You cannot. You really dealing with the state on this. You can't just do and ask who you want to take over when you sign the agreement. Hello? I understand we got a president doing whatever he wants to do and think he can do. But you're black. It still applies to you. Like, come on now. It applies to you. No, you can't do what you want to do. Ain't nobody above the law. This ain't good. And I hope her lawyer probably can figure out some things, but this, yeah. No. Because that looks like she might be going back. I'm just being honest. You put yourself in a contempt charge. You went against. She'll probably be in there for a couple hours and be out because you went against what the agreement was upon when you signed that paper. And don't nobody get mad at me. That's the truth. Look it up. Robert had them a right of the first refusal, as Janelle Young could testify that his minor child stayed with him for 3 days. Oh, this ain't gonna help her case with that man either. While she remained incarcerated in Newton County for 3 days until release of bail. Janelle can also testify the defendant Battle told him on multiple occasions. She told everybody that she earned money from Facebook and other social media sites. So basically, she lied to the courthouse, and y'all talking about, will she make more than him? Let me tell you what she did. She lied of how much she made. She lied. She was supposed to go and say, listen, I made this much or anything changed to show that. I believe she lied, because if you sit here saying you made $20,000 to $50,000 and the evidence is vital to the plaintiff petition for modification child support and it come out that she does make that, she in trouble. But somebody called me stupid and can't comprehend. But obviously you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. The girl just lied. You make more. So he can show that, and that's proof. If they can prove that she lied. What did you tell them people that you owed doing child support? Child, when her name went to the river, Lord have mercy. The evidence is vital to the petition for modification, and has not filed a financial affidavit. So he didn't file a financial affidavit, but it's probably he wanted to see. Janelle Young must leave the Gwinnett Justice and Administration Center before noon on the 25th in order to allow him sufficient time to check in and not miss his first flight. The assigned counsel does not believe that the attorney or the defendant can make it to Gwinnett in sufficient time to allow him. So therefore he will be absent on today. The witness is not absent by permission so he got permission not to be there, but to come on the 3rd for his testimony. April 3rd, during the term of the court, the motion is made for the purpose of delay. So if he don't show the court, it's going to be an issue. I could tell you that, because it's paperwork that he has to be there. This is bad. This is bad.
Can you be a travel advisor without quitting your 9-to-5? Actually, yes. We're Fora, the modern travel agency, and we are empowering anyone with a passion for travel to earn on the trips that they plan. At Fora, our approach is flexible.
I know she never expected this to happen. That's why she posted this right here. She said, attention, prayer warriors. I never asked for anything, but I need you guys' help in the spiritual realm. This is a spiritual warfare, and I...
Stop. This is not warfare, baby. This is what don't come out in the wash. It's coming out in the rinse. Brianna, you can't keep... This is the time right now for you to take time and sit down. Stop pointing fingers and look at what you contribute to this mess. This is a mess. You need to look at what you contribute to it. And you didn't just not contribute nothing, baby. You done wrote plenty of checks that are now coming back in sufficient funds. Okay? In this situation, you got to sit down and look at that. It's time to really change some things. All that talking is, it's time to change it. You got to change. If not, you're going to put yourself in a situation you don't want to be in. Change. Not just for yourself, but for your kids. Because this is a mess.
I need you to fight with me in this prayer. Thanks in advance. Here she go with that. I never asked y'all for anything when she done had about 46 GoFundMe's. She done had y'all supply the twins' whole damn wardrobe, Pampers for 2 years.
Make 20 to 50. If I made 20 to 50,000, who? What? Lord, you give things to people that really can't handle what you give them, Jesus. I'm asking questions. What? If I made that, hold on. If I was blessed to make that, my rent would be paid up or whatever. I would buy and invest in some properties. I'll buy my home. That's an investment, a huge one. I wouldn't keep renting from nobody. Okay. My kids will have anything. At least start them off with 5,000 or 2,500 with a whatchamacallit. At least start with 25 and keep adding so they can have them a CD for some damn cash to where they go to the vault and get it if need be. Then business. I wouldn't be selling no clothes. I'll be figuring how to make that into some millions. What? Then if I can, I start me an organization where my business do every weekend, Friday through or Saturday. We gather with people and we give back to people on the street. There's many homeless mental people out there. Contact some people to have some mental classes to get them mentally checked up. Do something good. Y'all be making all this money, be begging. Shit, man, if God bless me with that, I promise you. Who? Matter of fact, I need to go to the store and get some water. And if I ride downtown Dallas and start handing out some cold water, handing out some cold water soon. Because guess what? It's finna get hot. If I had that, man, what? Shoot. Who?
Cash app parties, super chat. Girls, stop the bullshit. But let's get back to what's important. The only thing I can think of right now is like, why the fuck wouldn't you just sit down? Like, why did you have to come out to this internet and make shit worse?
Yeah.
She could have, when she got out of jail, no, they had a no contact order.
Another thing, that's what she messed up too. And she should have told her baby daddy, in the words of Karen Hooger, that told Wendy, shut up. This how you make the mistake. Them people are watching you. Shut up. You should have told him, shut up. I keep telling y'all, when they watching you, they watch. They don't give a damn. You think you cute. They don't care. Shut up. Don't make it worse for yourself. You still got to go to court for this. You still got to show up in front of a judge. It's not a game. They're watching how you interact and what you say about this man and who all saying this and that. Don't say nothing. I don't care how small the crime is. I don't care if it's a full-time felony robbery. Shut up. I say shut up for a reason. Do y'all not know when y'all keep speaking and you did a crime, no matter how you try to boast, they use that against you in the court of law? I should have went to school for a lawyer. I think I might rethink my life in a minute because I think I missed some things. I know that to shut up. Don't say nothing. Don't talk to nobody about nothing. Say, I can't talk about that. Right now, we're going through some things. You could have came and said, hey, y'all, I'm back home. I can't talk about that. Just know that when we go to court, it will be handled. I'm going to move forward. It is what it is. We didn't need you to come out here and say what somebody did to you, who sent you flowers, what time they showed up, why would I do this? I'm going through this. I am in that. Nobody want that. Just shut up, say what it is, and let the courts handle it. Girl.
But when she got out of jail, she should have just sat her ass down.
Exactly.
Not got on that phone with nobody.
Exactly.
So nobody to do anything for her over this internet. And we already know how that work when it come to that. Janelle already told us. He sat there and witnessed her when she be saying, say this, do this, send that out, send it. What's the what's the lady? Neil Terra said everything she put out here is gonna come right back to her.
Yeah.
If y'all have not been over there and watched that woman's reading on Brianna, she was on point. This is crazy. She was on point. She just put out a new one yesterday. At this point,
another thing, Neo just don't talk about Brianna because I be seeing people say, "Oh, y'all have no." Neo talks about everything, and she hasn't certain things. Some things I don't listen to, but she didn't lie about her, and she damn sure didn't lie about parachute draws. And I'm finna get into parachute draws ass. at 2:30, 3 o'clock after gonna get my red lobster biscuits. Okay. I know we having a little fun with this, but I got something for parachute draws. Wee! They jumped out the building with the 4, 5, 6 inch draws. Back to Brianna. I'm about to bad now.
I hope her prayer warriors do activate. I really do, because this is not good. You got your third baby daddy testifying on behalf of your second baby daddy.
That's wild.
And to think that when you went to jail, first off, you went over your third baby daddy house clowning, kicking in his door. You get handcuffed on your way to jail, and you ask him to go and pick your children up from school. You didn't think to say, call Robert LaTruth and tell him he needs to pick his daughter up from school when you already know what the court documents say? So Janelle was able to pick Robert's daughter up, but he wasn't able to pick his own daughter up. That's crazy as hell. You evil. You an evil motherfucker. This is crazy. And then not only that, you know you're not supposed to leave your child, you and Robert's child, together with your father, who has them charges against him. It's court order. She is not to be left alone. Robert didn't say put in court order she can't be around that man. He said she cannot be around him unsupervised. And you allowed your child to stay with that man for 3 days while you sat in jail. And that man looked for his daughter, trying to find out where his daughter was so he can get his daughter, and could not make contact with nobody. You dirty. You dirty. You so selfish. You so selfish. You knew what would happen if you didn't turn her over to Robert in an emergency situation. You knew what was going to happen, and you didn't give a fuck. All you cared about was how you felt about it. Shit, I'm dropping the mic. And y'all can say what y'all want to say. These men are doing what is in the best interest of their children. Right now, their mother seems to be mentally unstable. No, I can't diagnose her. It needs to be court ordered that she get a psychological evaluation. That's what needs to be court ordered. Because the way things is looking, and what I do know, them kids don't need to be in that house with her. Y'all know I don't advocate for kids being away from their mother, but this ain't even personal. This ain't even about me not liking Brianna or none of that. Y'all, them kids are safer with their fathers.
I agree.
And that's just what it is. So I hope now, I don't know how this is going to play out, but Brianna needs to go and get some help. And I ain't just saying it. I say this on every video. That girl need to go get some fucking help.
What I want people to understand is women who do these things at shock value to get the attention, to get to the men that left because they have to try to find and copy and paste. Those are the women you need to worry about. You understand? Because it seems like they haven't did the healing. I've always said the worst advice that a woman could have is, if that when you lose another one, lay up, you one go away, you lay up under another one, but you're still carrying the trauma, everything from that one to the next one, and you haven't understood anything, so you can know the red flags, because you still think it's 6-part. You still think it's fun. You still think it's liberating. He gives me life. He gives me life. Hold on. So that's just what that is. I've seen that a lot. And you end up with more children. You end up with more heartbreak in being a single mother, and you have made all these children, and you created yourself to be in broken homes. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope I did a good breakdown for y'all. I will be back with some parachute draws tea. I have a little response. So if you got time and you want to get you a nice little drink and say, ooh, and listen to my response, please come over. Please. And I talk about everything over here. Tomorrow will be politics. We will talk about the new draft thing, TSA being replaced. We're going to talk about all that tomorrow. Iran say one more time. One more time. Okay? That's what they said. I didn't say it. They said it. I didn't say it. We'll talk about it tomorrow, and then we'll do the interview tomorrow with Young Miami and Charlamagne the God. She does talk about Diddy. And we also going to talk about the Carlos King with Quad and Heavenly interviewing. Who asked for, and everybody on the cast asked for a divorce? I'm confused. Child, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you guys. Later. I'll be back at 2:33 o'clock. I gotta go get my biscuits. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Bye.